familiar with the EETT grant, the Enhancing Education Through Technology grant. What I'm seeing is classroom teachers are taking what they're learning about technology, and their own teaching style is changing, becoming more engaging. Therefore, what's transferring to students are becoming more engaged in the lessons that are being taught.
When I heard about the grant and what it was trying to do in terms of integrating writing and movie making, that was totally intriguing, because I'm like, wow, how do you do that? I'm a fifth grade teacher. I teach writing, but I've never taught movie making, and I have a passion for that. So how do you integrate the two?
We had never brought in cameras or film into the classroom setting because we weren't exposed. So you do notice the difference, especially when they brought the laptops. When Gail brought the laptops, it was like Christmas for all my kids. It does change their life.
I didn't know anything last year. All I knew was that people use the cameras, make movies, and then they just throw them out there for the world to see. But now that I've been making movies this year, I've been able to know that things are a little more difficult than just filming something and then letting people watch it.
Well, at first I didn't know what was going on, and then I realized that other people are making movies, and I started getting more inspired by other people's movies, so I started making better movies.
I discovered movies, and I think for me that was a turning point, because I could get the literacy they needed, the writing they needed, and then we posted them on the blog and they got the audience they needed.
The writing part, it was really pushed with the kids, and just improving their writing and just seeing the parallels of examples of movies that didn't work, where the dialogue wasn't as strong, but as they got more confident, just seeing their writing improve, because they wanted what was on film when they saw it to improve as they improved their writing.
They thought about their writing before they actually started writing. And once they wrote it, they would go back and fix it because it was going to be filmed, so they needed to make sure that it was perfect.
Writing the scripts, they had to think about expression. How did they want the person to say the words? If they were saying it, were they expressing it in the way to other people that they wanted them to have it come across that way? With blogging, I had many students who asked me, can you take my comment off the blog and replace it with this one? Because they noticed that they did not punctuate everything correctly, or they misspelled things, or didn't capitalize, or they barely wrote anything and they wanted to add more detail in. So that was nice to see that they were actually self-editing.
The storyboards help them organize. That's their graphic organizer. They still do the editing. All the elements of writing are there. Just the outcome, the project is now for viewing for everybody, not just me.
They're seeing that they're writing to people, and it's not just their teacher who's going to read their work. It can be anyone around the world who reads their work. 1,700 people in 13 different countries have read our work. That's far more important to a kid than me.
I had like 29 comments on one movie.
It's exciting because it's just not people in the United States seeing it. It's like people from Japan and England and things like that seeing it.
I think the biggest impact for those kids is that they're being recognized. Just knowing that their work is being seen not just in our school, but outside of our district and other states, other countries even. It's amazing what that does for a child.
When you use technology, you learn like how to post things and like what's right from wrong on technology and how it's safe and not safe. Yeah, you can learn a lot of things with technology and not just paper and pencil.
So I'm seeing that my students are gaining 21st century skills. They're able to work with other students. They're able to use technology on their own. They feel very confident that they can open up a new technology, whether it be a camera or a hard drive or a computer, and be able to use it. They're not just waiting for someone else to tell them what to do. They can analyze how things are put together, whether it's effective or not. Should they add more to something? Should they take something away? And they can do that with their own work and with other people's work as well.
They work more in groups, as a team. They were involved, they were all sharing, they were all thinking and working together, and it made it fun. They were actually engaged on their own.
What I've learned about teamwork is you have to work in a group and you have to take turns with the people who are in your group. You can't just do it by yourself, because if you just do it by yourself, then your group will give up on you, and then when you need their help, they won't help you because you were like doing it all.
They had to look and see, do I have everything that I need? I'm not just focused on this one little area of my life, but I have to look and see what do I need everyone else to do? What do I need to have available that day? They had to be able to make a prop list and have it ready for me way ahead of time so that everything was there that day. They had to make sure the video cameras were charged up. I think if you can be that detail-oriented with making a movie, you can translate that into your everyday academics. I think the most memorable part of working with the EETT grant is the excitement I see in my students. Any day, they almost beg to work on their projects. Are we working on the project today? Can we get out the laptops? Do we get the laptops? And I can tell that they feel like they own the projects. It's their project, it's not something I necessarily assigned. That's going to be internalized with them. So that was the most exciting part for me.
This EETT grant has had a huge impact on students. It's really been about empowering students as writers. And to be able to watch them grow as writers, to see them take that writing that's been stapled to the walls of the classroom and to be able to take it out into the world to a real world audience, that's huge. That's empowerment.
It's amazing to walk on a campus. We're the lowest performing school in the entire school district, and you wouldn't know it by walking on the campus and looking at what kids are doing from this grant. It's come from enhancing education through technology.
You have to expect to get used to technology because you're going to be using it a lot in class.